Hello, everyone out there today. It is Saturday, May 15th, 2021. And today I'm going to talk about something exciting. I have launched a brand new collection on my Shopify store. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about that specifically on its own. So as many of you know that have been following along with the videos, is I've been a watercolorist for 10 to 12 years now. And these are some of the ones that you may have already seen on my website. And one of the interesting things I found with watercolors is I love their versatility and like their lightness versus, I'm kind of overall the dark black death art, death and destruction. So that's not my thing. Obviously, you can just tell from looking at my website. And one of the things I started to do, and it's been 3 or 4 years, is build them and to start designing them onto clothes. So it's just was like an other home goods. So here is my first, the blog I posted today. So if there's the web is a big, complicated, jungle out there. So I basically have everything that I do linked to my website name. So if you can remember Erica Swenson Elliott, you can kind of get to everything in my universe that's out there, which includes a bunch of things. So today I put a blog post out about the beach gear collection that for 2021. So that's now officially launched. We have over 50 products in there now. So we're going to go through some of them today because they're really fun and beautiful and like original looking. You can always come to my website and click through to shop the shop. That will take you right, into the store. And then you can also click through the little, those of you that like the little link, buttons, that's the little open sign, takes you to the same place. So I'm going to just walk through the blog I did with you first. So you can get this thing open. Okay. So, this is like a nice little summary about the beach gear collection specifically, and then we'll go look at the site in more detail. For those of you that don't have as much time, this will be the summary. So perfect to travel the world. Again, Travel the World is one of my watercolor collections, and it's a group I also started on Gab called Travel the World, which you can click through here, the little palm tree pictures. There's 2,100 of us in there now posting all of our images and stories about traveling over our lifetimes around the world. Many of the watercolors featured in this collection, my beach gear collection, are from my Travel the World series, especially on the dresses and the bags included. I also designed a number of the suits around my animal power and plant power watercolors too. Over 50 unique product designs with all original watercolor art, from flip-flops, skater dresses, bikinis, tote bags, beach towels, water bottles, UPF rash guards, to little cover-up dresses. I must say they do look super cool coming off the flat page and into the 3D, like on the dimensional clothes. So the beach gear, you can make your beautiful statement with, a lot of that's the same repeat stuff. You can do mix and match bikinis. You can do a bikini set and then a one piece. So, and I keep embedding the name in there so that way we get law, you just come back. And I started putting my maiden name Swenson intentionally into my marketing branding because there's so many Erica Elliott's out there that, do other amazing things, but have nothing to do with me. So there's not that many Swensons. There's like Swansons and Svensson here in America, at least. But, so I think that's like a nice differentiator to help people find me and remember where we're going. Here's some of the rash guards. This is me with the St. Bart's and like a little close up so you can see like how it, it's kind of that's a unisex, it's a man one, but it's kind of loose. That's a large on me. I'm 5'11". Here's on like the tight style if you're going to wear it super tight. And then this is a cool one. This whole story behind this leopard, it's Lex of Landalozzi is the original watercolor. Come enjoy the original beauty of all the collections. The water bottle collection right here is hot right now. Who knew? I would never have predicted that of all the different things on the website. The original watercolors just really pop off those bottles. And I actually have 2 of them here. You can see that's the octopus one featured there. That's one of our best-selling ones. It's almost like an enamel raised, and I have like, I try to keep my name on there and sometimes the website name so you can find the copies. This is the 17-ounce style. This is Digital Warrior. This one's more, you can see it's like a label on the top there. So they hold up really well. You're really supposed to hand wash them, which I'm kind of bad about. And I've dropped these a few times, and it's on the macadam and it's gotten a nick, but it's not been terrible. Okay, so some more information about the different products. I'm using Shopify as my hub, my store hub. So this video, besides being a marketing piece, is also going to be embedded into my Shopify course on my Endeavor University digital learning platform, because there's many of you out there that are super creative and are highly technical in many things. So that way, if you're interested in doing your own designs, how you could partner with other people, how you could build your own shop. So this will be part of that course as well. So about Lex of Londolozzi, who is he in here with me? I think he's in the other room, the original. So the story about him, this leopard power bikini has a number of design variations on both one pieces and bikinis. It's designed around my original watercolor of Lex of Londolozzi from my Travel the World original watercolor series. Lex the leopard made an immense impact on me in 2007 when my Braveheart Keith took me to South Africa. Wild leopards' lifespan average about 10 years, as it is a job full of hazards. Therefore, it makes me happy to know that Lex is now immortalized in my leopard power clothing designs. So his eyes were just so piercing green. It was like crazy looking through him. And they all have distinctive marks. So in Lex's case, he has like an M on his head. So it's kind of like our fingerprints. The rangers that take care of them in the wild safari, or observe and make sure if they're super sick, they get taken care of. So Lex was known for that M on his head. It was very distinctive marking for him. And then he was a huge muscular male leopard, and he had like kind of small feet. So he looked like very dainty. He's probably like 200 pounds, kind of like one of us walking around on all fours, but super muscle. Okay, and then here's some of the tote bags. This is a nice weekender bag that I've had one for a couple years with one of the abstract designs on it, and I've washed it a bunch of times. It's gone to the beach, and I've gotten pen out of it. It's a nice, heavy, durable cotton. And these are like I'm calling like instead of the little black dress, these are my little pretty dresses, and that they're very fitted, like spandexy kind of material. This one is a watercolor. I think you're behind me. Yeah, he's up there. My umbrella man. So that is him, big, like on the whole dress. So he's kind of off to the side, and you can see kind of like the umbrella on the top. And then this is Umbrellas by the Sea, Cabanas by the Sea. These are all inspired out of came out of like Palm Beach Memories, that watercolor collection. Here's the Plant Power one piece. So again, these are products from two plugin apps on my Shopify store. One I use is Guten, and you can design on there. I personally like the designing on the Printful one better. I can end up layering more things, different images on top of each other. So like here, if you look at this swimsuit, I have my signature, my brand signature right there. And then I put this Plants Have Feelings Too is the name of this piece of art, and this swimsuit is text that I embedded on top of the original image. And then you can kind of see a little pen, Plants Have Feelings Too, is in the original watercolor. So there's like 3 different images layered on here. So Printful allows you to do that. Whereas so far in Guten, I've only figured out how it has to all be already in one PDF or one JPEG image, and then once you get it perfect, then you can bring it into Guten. So that I'm better at doing it inside of the app itself, and then you can publish it or produce it into your store, and it plugs in and comes into the back of Shopify, and it's all in one place. So this one-piece swimsuit is designed around the original watercolor Plants Have Feelings Too, which is a little tongue-in-cheek humor for all of my vegan friends out there. Because, there is scientific studies for those of you that always need to have, scientific facts backing up everything that you intuitively know. But there's like 50-year-old studies about, you start walking towards a plant within life, and they're recording the vibes, the vibrations coming off the plant with like their little science meter things, and like they change, they start screaming. So it's kind of crazy. So we're just thinking it's definitely birth, death, rebirth, resurrection. So, if you think you're saving the world by not eating animals, and you're only eating plants, you're actually, still killing a sentient being for you to live. So that's why we thank for our food and say we're grateful to have this in our bodies, because something else is giving up its sentient livelihood for us to live forward. So we have to live with grace, because there's much that goes into each one of us for us to live, and what are we going to do with that energy? So this is a very deep bathing suit is what I'm getting. It's not just pretty and fun. There's like deep layers of meaning in here. So about how I made the art, I use a medicine dropper as a tool, and I put water in it, and then I draw the lines kind of abstract. And the cool thing about if you're drawing with just the water first, there's nothing, you don't get as attached to, I'm going to make a mistake, or like that it's going to be, and if you don't like it, you can just dab the water off the paper with a paper towel, right? So then once I kind of get my design down with my medicine dropper, then I start dipping my watercolor brush and then just touching the line of water, and it flows through the water. So it can get super, super delicate, because it's really the water now. It's almost like Japanese art form. It's like kind of a play off of that. And then it's creating there's form to this, but it's also very abstract like. And then you can layer up, you use more and less water, and really tiny brushes. So it's very, to me, very relaxing and very free form feeling to that. So that original one on that swimsuit, that painting is probably about that big. And then I take it, and this is part of our Shopify online store class as well, is then you take your watercolor, you take it to the fancy photography store that will charge you $15 to make a good scan of it, because it's a much higher def, better scan than what I can do it here on my little printer. And it's pretty good, but it's not as great for saving for your archives. And then one of the reasons why you want to scan watercolors in particular is they will fade. They just fade. So your originals will never look the way they do the day you make them, because the stain is slowly, dying, just like we're talking about with the plants. So by scanning it, you're saving it for the ages, or at some level, and then it's you can work with it on products like this. Excuse me. So I call that whole series of clothing Plant Power. So that's my Plant Power designs, and each painting has its own name to it as well. So I like to say shop to shop, where art is married to versatile function, because I love that. When you can make something that's beautiful, but it's also useful and functional, that is like the magic, intersection to me, the connecting the dots. And who says everything is black and white? Because it ain't. So that's enough for this little video. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I was going to show you one more thing. I didn't take you into the actual shop. So in the next video, and you can get to the shop, you don't have to remember this little website. All you have to do is remember Erica Swenson Elliott, and then you're going to click shop the shop and you'll end up over in here. So this is the home page. We talked a lot about the beach gear collection. And when we come back in the next video, I'm going to go into each one of these little sections a little bit. Talk to you soon.